So I thought then for this evening's class, it'll just be like a follow on from what I taught last month, where we focused a little bit with the pranayama on the split up breath on the exhalation. And what we're going to do now is we're going to try and use that split up breath in some of our postures just to see how a certain breathing technique might influence or impact the way we do a posture or perceive a posture. So the idea is that obviously combining movement with the breath. And when we do that, it should give us another chance of experiencing a little bit more focus and attention, because very often we know the postures, we know the movements, and we often do them even though we think we're doing them with awareness. Very often, our mind will slip and it'll, go to the screen and we'll see, what other lovely profile pictures people have up there and whatnot, or, we might get distracted by a sound outside. So maybe this time when we actually have a specific practice that we're linking, like a specific breathing practice that we're linking with a specific movement, we're just going to see if maybe our focus gets honed in a little bit more into that. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. We'll experiment with that. The same, not quite rules, but the same things apply as always. You work to your ability and what you need to do. So if you need to go faster or slower, if you need to make the movements larger or smaller, you do that. And often we always say, listen to your body, and if it's not feeling like it wants to do something, then pull back. But also sometimes we forget, and when your body is actually feeling quite strong and you want to go a little bit further, or you want to do a little bit more than you maybe normally would do, that you also allow yourself to be in that space. And then with that said, you can always transition from one state to the other in a class. So if you find that you might have a lot of energy and you're giving quite a lot, and at some point you find that you're maybe getting a little tired, to slow down. And maybe if you started slow, maybe you felt overwhelmed or exhausted today, and during the class you might find that you actually build up energy and you might be able to go a little further or a little deeper. So just always keeping that in mind. All right, so with that said, any other questions or comments before we get cracking?
No, not really.
Cool. All right, then I'll put you all on mute and you can come into a seated position and we will begin there. And if anyone joins us, they should be able to join us. Perfect. Great. So sitting in whichever way works for you, and if you need to have your blanket over you for now, to stay nice and warm, wrap it around you or over your legs or wherever you need. And allow your eyes to settle if that feels right. And come into the space that you are in right now. So maybe just noticing the sounds around you. Maybe noticing the sounds outside. And then maybe noticing the sounds within your room or within the house. And bringing it even further in and seeing if you can just pick up the sound of your own breath. Just a soft, subtle breath, the sound flowing in and out very easily. As you connect to the sound, the breath, you connect to that rhythm, the rhythm of expanding and slightly contracting. Noticing that there's that continuous pulsation. And as you come further and further inwards, becoming aware of your your sitting bones and allowing them to really settle and sink down into the ground. Feeling the weight, the earth beneath you, support of the earth beneath you, and your weight settling down into that support. The spine lengthening, feeling the chest open. And just starting to count the length of your inhalation and the length of your exhalation. We'll be working with a very soft or light jade breath. Evening pen welcome. So we're just starting and settling in our practice. And then we're going to split our exhalation into 3 equal parts. So we're going to work with that split up breath on the exhalation again, like we did the last month. So the inhalation is nice and smooth, and then you're going to exhale a third of your breath. You're going to pause for a moment, and you're going to exhale the second third of your breath, and you're going to pause for a moment, exhale the third, and then pause, and then allow it to be a nice smooth inhalation. So see if you can break your exhalation into 3 comfortable, even sections. Allowing the pause to be in equal length each time. And just a reminder that when you do that breath retention, that you're not retaining the breath in the throat, that you're using the diaphragm. When you're exhaling, you're drawing the diaphragm up a little, then you hold and you're hovering it there. You exhale a little bit more, the diaphragm comes up a little bit more, it pauses there. You exhale completely, you're drawing the diaphragm right up to the navel, draws back. And then as you inhale, the abdomen relaxes, the diaphragm releases down, and the inhalation feels smooth. Just continuing with a few more rounds of that split up breath on the exhalation. For those who've just joined now, we're going to be trying to use that breath with a couple, about 4 or 5 of our postures this evening. We're just getting used to the rhythm, the practice. If you can do 2 more rounds in your own time. Now, as you settle into that practice, allow your hands to come into a mudra that works for you. Allow there to be a softness across the shoulders. And allow the sides of your mouth to curve upwards in a gentle. After your last round, allow a natural breath to return. Just release the practice. Allowing breath to flow in and out smoothly and more easily. And you may have noticed that by even starting with this split up breath on the exhalation, it's just start to lengthen the exhalation, and by doing that, also lengthen the inhalation. So the whole breath, probably a little slower and a little longer than when you started. from here, we'll start with our 3 arms. So you're welcome to join in or just hum it, whatever is suitable for your environment right now. You can take a full breath in. Okay. And then from here, bring the palms of your hands together. Get your hands really nice and warm. Rub, 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 rub. Using a little bit of heat. And once you've created that heat, cup your hands over your eyes. Take a smooth, full breath in. And there, out. Keeping the eyes closed. Do that again. Bring the palms of the hands together. Get your hands really, really warm. And then from there, cup your hands over your eyes. And this time you can open your eyes, look into the darkness. Make sure you block out all the light. Take a couple of smooth breaths here, allowing that warmth to penetrate the eyes, re-energizing them. And then blink your eyes a few times as you move your hands away, getting used to the light. And just release the hands up. Give it a good shake. And just take it into nice wrist circles, so rotating them in one direction. And you can start to just rotate them upwards and out to the sides, back forwards again, and then rotating them the other way and reversing the movement. So taking the arms out to the sides, taking them up, and taking them forwards and down, and give them a quick shake. Send the legs out in front. Give the legs a shake, and you can either leave them out in front or cross them the other way. Moving into a couple of shoulder circles, elbows come together, let the elbows lift up and back as you inhale, as you exhale, and down and front. A good couple of shoulder releases here, seeing if it's a nice smooth movement or if there's a couple of cracks and creaks showing up. And then circling them the other way. Again, moving to your breath for now. Allowing it to be as smooth and as easeful a movement as possible. And again, releasing. You've got your legs out in front, keeping them there. If not, send them out. Let's take it into a couple of quick ankle rotations. So circling the feet in one direction, circling them the other way. Point and flex the feet. I'm not sure if you can see my feet, but there we go. Flexing them and pointing them. And then bringing your right foot up. If you want, you can give that leg a little bit of a bounce. And then from here, maybe just massaging into the soles of the feet. Those cold little feet, Cape Town feet. So give them a little bit of a rub, just spreading your thumbs across the soles of the feet, through into the insteps, the heels, the balls of the feet. You can even give your toes a little bit of a massage, a little wiggle. You'll know what feels right for your feet this evening. Hold on to that ankle, give it a quick shake out. Send that leg out in front. And same thing on the other side. Slip the left leg up. Give a little bit of a bounce into that side. You might feel that one side is a little stiffer than the other, or maybe a little easier for you. still hardly wants to move tonight. And then working into your foot. So giving just a quick little rub, warming up those feet. Spreading across the balls of the feet, comes that lung area into the instep, the digestive area, giving the heel a little bit of a rub. Flicking the toes if you want to. Just seeing it evening to those feet. We're going to be doing quite a few standing postures. So, yeah, we just want to give these feet a little bit of love. Hold on to your ankle, give that foot a shake. And then slide both feet up. There we go. Parsvottanasana. We'll stay here for a moment. If you need to ease into those hips, if they're feeling a little tight in the inner thigh, bounce them up for a few moments. If you feel that you just like to hold the posture, do so. So any version of Parsvottanasana that works for you. We'll stay here for 4 smooth breaths. Feel that as you inhale, you can lift and lengthen. And if you feel you want to go a little bit further, go a little bit deeper, you're welcome to extend forwards and forwards as much as you want. And if you feel like going flat down this evening, be my guest. Getting all the way down if you want. Just another 2 deep breaths here. Allowing the spine to lengthen on the inhalations so that you're able to soften into the hips and the inner thighs on your exhalation. And then from there, bringing the legs together again. Give them a lovely squeeze. Super. Let's extend the right leg straight out in front, and we can bring the left foot to the right inner thigh. Ardha Paschimottanasana, your half seated forward bend. Right, so from here, we're going to keep the spine nice and long, and you can make the movement as deep or as soft as you need. We're going to inhale and we're going to draw the arms up, interlocking the thumbs. We're going to be doing 3 rounds of just a smooth breath. So the inhalation will be nice and smooth. And exhale, imagine sliding along the tabletop as far forwards as works for you. And inhaling, coming back to neutral. So twice more. Exhaling, allowing yourself to lengthen forwards. And inhaling, coming back. So we're slowly warming up into the back of the leg. And inhaling back. Right, so now we're going to work with a split up breath and a split up movement. We're going to split it into 3. So the inhalation is smooth, and we're going to exhale a third of the breath, and we're going to come a third of the way. We're going to pause. Then we're going to exhale the second third of the breath, coming 2/3 of the way. We're going to pause. And then we're going to exhale the last third of the breath, going to your furthest point, and then inhaling smoothly back again. We'll do that twice more. So we exhale a third of the breath, going a third of the way, pausing. Exhale 2/3 of the breath, pausing. Exhaling 3/3 of the breath to your final position, pausing and inhaling back. So we're doing a split up breath with a split up movement. Second part and third part, and inhale smooth. Now for the final one, this is where it's nice and tricky. We're going to do a continuous movement, but we're going to allow the breath to be split into the 3 parts. So the inhalation is smooth. We exhale a third of the breath, but the movement still continues. So it's a very, very slow movement. Then we exhale the second third of the breath. The movement continues. Then we exhale the third part of the breath. We pause, hold the posture, hold the breath, and inhaling back again. So the movement is continuous, and the breath is breaking into 3 even parts. When you're ready, exhale a third of the breath, pausing or holding the breath. Exhale second third of the breath, pause the breath, keep the movement going slowly. Third part of the breath, keep the movement going, and inhaling back. Exhale, release the arms. Super. Right, so a little challenging, something a little new, a little different, something we haven't done for a while. And we'll give it a go on the other side. All right. So we'll bring that right foot in, left leg stays extended, keeping that leg nice and long. If you need to release the shoulders a little, go ahead. The inhalation, the arms lift. Interlock your thumbs the other way. 3 regular rounds. So the exhalation, you're extending forwards as far as works for you. Your inhalation coming back to your neutral. Exhaling, going as far as you feel comfortable with. And inhaling back to neutral. And then your third round. And inhale, neutral. Okay, let's break the movement and the breath into 3 equal parts. So, breathing in again smoothly. Exhale a third of the breath. Go a third of your way. Pause. Then exhale 2/3 of your breath. Go 2/3 of the way. Pause. Then exhale the final third of your breath. Go to your final distance. Pause. And inhale smoothly. So there's no inhalation between the splits. Exhale just a third of the breath, going a third of the way. Exhale 2/3 of your breath. Hold the breath. Hold the posture. Exhale the last little bit of your breath, going to your furthest point. Inhale smoothly. Last one. Exhale a third of the breath. Hold the breath. Hold the movement. Exhale a little bit more. Hold the breath. Hold the movement. Exhale the final amount. Pause. Hold the breath. Hold the movement. Inhaling all the way up. And now we do it again. This time continuous slow movement. But we're still going to work with the sit up breath on the exhalation. So in your own time, movement is continuous. 3 equal splits on your exhalation. Inhalation is smooth. In your own time, exhale a third of the breath. Pause the breath. See if you can keep the movement going. It's a little tricky because as soon as your breath pauses, your body wants to pause. See if you can keep moving through your breath retention. I think we've got one more round to go. So you really have to focus, you really have to concentrate to keep the body moving even though the breath is pausing. Inhaling all the way back up. Exhale. Release those arms. Release the legs. Get in the shape. Circle the shoulders. Keep your hands behind you. Lift your chest, and if you'd like to just lean back for a moment, opening up the chest and the throat, go ahead and do so. All right, and then for a change, Jennifer will probably be shocked, but we're going to do quite a lot of standing postures tonight. So hopefully that will be a little bit warming as well. When you are ready, you're going to come up into a standing position, and we will start off with Tadasana. And we'll focus quite a bit on getting ourselves comfortable here. So you can have your feet together, or if you feel a little more, you want to feel a bit more balanced and grounded, you're welcome to have them about hip width apart. And then just rock back and forth on those feet. Find a nice comfortable kind of space. And then let the feet settle. And take your attention right down to the feet and allow your toes to lift up. And feel that you can ground down through the joint of your big toe, the joint of your little toe, and the center of your heel. And then allow your big toes to press down, your little toes to press down, and extend the 3 other toes. And then just take your attention back to those 3 points in your foot. The joint of that big toe, joint of your little toe, and the center of your heel. And as you press down through those 3 points in each foot, you should notice that your instep is engaging or lifting a little. There's activation in the ankles. Feel that you are able to soften the knees just ever so slightly. And then draw the attention up your legs. So as you inhale, imagine breathing up the back of your legs. And as you exhale, imagine breathing down the front of your legs. Inhaling, you're breathing up the back of your legs. Exhaling down the front of your legs. And allow it to become a little bit of a circuit. And become aware of your pelvis and just notice how it feels as if you're zipping up the pair of jeans, as if the pubic bone is just drawing back just ever so slightly, and the sacrum feeling a little heavy and releasing back and down. And then as you do that, notice how your attention and your energy comes a little bit further to kind of the level of Tadasana chakra. And exhaling, the attention goes back down. You keep breathing along that circuit, and it feels as if that circuit's starting to get a little bit bigger. So it's as if it's activating a little bit more. It feels now as if your navel is quite comfortably wanting to move towards the back body, towards the spine. And there's an engagement there without feeling that you're squeezing or tightening. There's just some activation. And then as you inhale, you notice that your attention now shifts up to the level of the navel, and exhaling again from the navel down to the feet. You'll probably find that with that awareness and the pressing down and the activation of the feet, those feet are slowly starting to warm up. Feel that you can lift through the chest, sternum wanting to lift a little, and the shoulders relaxing back and down. Then the energy moves up to the level of the heart, and it flows around and down through the front. The abdominal organs finding their comfortable place. The stomach where it's meant to be, pancreas, spleen, the liver on the right side, the gallbladder, your intestines settling, kidneys perfectly placed. Just gently activate the energy down into your fingertips, and as you reach your fingertips down towards the floor, notice how the tension starts to shift up and starts to move into the area of your throat. So the energy starts to travel up a little bit further. And then it moves down from the throat down to your feet. You might notice that as the attention shifts up the neck and the throat, you may want to just draw the chin down and back a little. And as you do that, it feels as if the back of the head is kind of lifting diagonally up and back, crown of the head lifting up towards the sky, and the energy shifting right up to the top of your head. There's a full circuit as you breathe, so from your heels all the way up the back body to the crown of your head, and as you exhale, the energy flowing down through the front of your feet again. The Tadasana, your mountain pose, feeling strong, stable, secure. Nicely rooted and grounded together. And from this stability, from this grounded feeling, we're going to take ourselves into a side bend, warming up the sides of the body. So we'll move to the right first. As you inhale, you're going to bring your left arm up. So I'll try and move you. Reaching into those fingertips, and as you exhale, leaning over to the right, allow your left fingers to slide down the body, down your legs. Inhaling back up again. I'm doing that twice more. So as you exhale, you lean over, allowing that right arm to slide down your leg. Inhaling back And then from here, we're going to take it into that split up breath and split up movement again. So we exhale a third of the breath and we go a third of the way, we pause. Then we exhale a second third of that breath, we go 2/3 of the way and we pause. Then we exhale the final third of that breath, we go to our full extension, we pause, and we inhale all the way back up again. And we do that twice more. Exhale a third of the way, third of the breath, pause. 2/3 of the way, 2/3 of that breath, pause. The last third of the breath, all the way, pause, inhaling back again. Split up breath, continuous movement. So third of the breath, we keep moving, pausing the breath, the movement continues. Exhale 2/3 of the breath. Keep the movement going slowly, slowly, slowly. Pause the breath. Exhale the last third of your breath. Keep the movement going. You might find that you can go a little bit further than before. Inhaling all the way up. I'm going to do that twice more. Nice slow movement. Breaking up that exhalation into 3 equal parts. Noticing how aware and focused you have to be to get that right. Inhaling back again, last round. Inhalation brings you back again. And exhale, release. Close your eyes for a moment. Again, you can release kind of your Tadasana. You can go into a softer version of Samasthiti if you want. And then when you are ready, activating and engaging the legs again, reaching down into the fingers, crown lifts, do a circuit of the breath, lifting, breathing from your heels, lifting up through the back of your body to the crown of your head, exhale down through the front of the body. And then with your next inhalation, bring the opposite arm up, reach into those right fingers, and as you exhale, lean over to the left, release your left arm down your legs. Smooth breath, smooth movement, inhaling back to the center. And again, exhaling over. So we're allowing the body to get used to this movement, simple posture that we do, so it knows what's coming. And now we break that movement into 3 equal parts. So we exhale a third of the breath, pause the movement, pause the breath. Then keep exhaling the second third of that breath. Pause breath, pause movement. Exhale the final third of your breath. Go to your furthest point. And inhale back again. Excellent. Twice more like that. Complete awareness with what is happening in your body. And last round. And now the challenging one. Continuous movement, but break the breath into 3 equal parts. So the movement continues, but there's still that pause with the breath. 3 equal parts. And you might find that because of going slowly, you might be able to go a little bit further and reach a little bit deeper. Inhalations are smooth. It is one exhalation that does the movement. It's just that the exhalation is divided into 3 even parts. Inhaling back to the center. Exhale. Release the arms. Soften the knees a little. Relax into the shoulders. If you want to close your eyes, you can. And notice how you feel. Observe any sensations in the chest, the abdomen, the legs. Notice where the breath is wanting to travel, where the energy is moving. Lovely. And then we're going to take it into a fairly long forward bend sequence with a couple of parts to it. Hopefully that will create a little bit of warmth for us all. So let's give it a go. Let me just maybe lift this distraction so you can see my arms as well. Okay. From here, we will start off by, again, working into Tadasana. Activate those legs, soften the knees, just draw those thigh bones up. Inhaling, drawing the arms up, interlocking the fingers. Exhale, turn the palms of your hands up. Inhale, we're going to lift up onto our toes, coming up as high as you feel comfortable. Exhaling, whoops, you slowly back down. Inhale, stay here, stabilize the movement. As you exhale, you're going to lean over to the right. Sorry, I won't be able to mirror you for this sequence. Inhaling back to the center. Exhaling over to the left. Inhaling back to the center. This time as you exhale, bend your knees just a fraction. Rotate the upper body, the torso to the right. Inhale, bring your torso to the center and you can straighten your legs. Exhale, bend your knees and then twist your torso to the left so the legs are strong. Inhale back to the center. As you exhale, you're going to release your arms out to the sides. Keep the arms strong and straight, pressing into the palms of your hands, active arms. Inhale, relax the arms. Turn the palms of your hands up. From here, as you exhale again, you're going to bend your knees a little, rotate the upper body going as far as you can to the right, looking over your right shoulder. Inhale, bring yourself back to the center. You can straighten your legs. Exhale, bend your knees, twist the upper body to the left. Keep the hips centered, so watch that the hips don't rotate. Inhaling, coming back to the center. Exhale, release the arms. Inhaling and taking the arms up through the center. As you exhale into Ardha Paschimottanasana, your half a forward bend. Lengthen through the spine, bend your knees if you need. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side. Exhaling, bringing them all the way back in front of you and releasing them down towards the mat. Inhale, place your hands onto your shins, lift up into half a forward bend. And then as you exhale, you're going to release the buttocks down, bring the arms alongside your ears, push down into those strong feet, coming all the way up. Exhale, float the arms out to the sides, palms of the hands up to shoulder level, into the palms of your hands down. Inhale, interlock your fingers behind your back, open your chest. And as you exhale, head forwards and down into Uttanasana, bending again as knees for those who need to. Now we're going to stay down here for 3 deep slow breaths. You're going to try and release those arms as far behind you as you can. Allow the abdomen to reach towards your thighs. Allow your head to release down towards the ground. 3 slow, deep breaths here. Feeling that you can open into your chest as your shoulders or your hands lift towards the ceiling. And then after those 3 breaths, on the inhalation, you're going to bend your knees quite a lot. You're going to release the arms down alongside your hips. Swoop them forwards, press down through those feet, coming all the way up. And then as you exhale, release the arms out to the sides and down. Lovely. So that's the little Vinyasa, the little forward bend Vinyasa. And let's do that twice more. So when you're ready, On an inhalation, bringing the arms forwards and up. You can interlock the fingers. As you exhale, turn the palms of your hands up. Smooth inhalation, lift the heels off the mat, coming up onto your toes. Exhaling with control, lowering the feet down. Inhaling smoothly and deeply here. As you exhale, leaning over to the right. Inhaling back to the center. Exhaling over to the left. Inhaling back to the center. As you exhale, activate those arms. Press into the hands to shoulder level. Strong arms. Inhale, relax the arms to the palms of your hands. That's it. When you're ready, on your exhalation, you're going to bend the knees. You're going to rotate your torso to the right. Inhaling back to the center. Exhale, rotate your torso to the left. Inhaling back to the center. Exhale, release the arm. Inhale, swooping the arms up. As you exhale into Parsvottanasana, extending halfway forward down. Inhale, releasing the arms out to the sides to shoulder level. And then as you exhale, bring them forward and all the way down. Inhale, you can lift up into half a forward bend, pressing into your hands, lengthening through your spine. And as you exhale, releasing back down, dropping the buttocks, opening up the chest. Inhale, using your squat to lift all the way up. Exhale, release the arms out, sides and down. Interlock those fingers, reach the arms back and up, open the chest. And as you exhale, taking yourself forward into your Uttanasana. Staying here for 3 smooth, deep breaths. Feel that again, the weight of your feet is not too much on your toes or too much on your heels. So feel the weight is centered. You can activate into those arches of the feet. You can spread your toes. That's looking lovely. Good job. And after your 3 breaths, you need to release your arms. You need to drop the buttocks. And with that inhalation, use your squat to push down through the feet, coming all the way up. And exhale, release the arms out to the sides. Take a smooth breath in and out here. Again, making sure that you've got the activation of the feet. We're going to do one last round, hopefully warming up a little bit more. The inhalation brings the arms up, interlocking. Exhaling, turning the palms of your hands. Inhaling, lifting and into your toes. Exhaling, coming down nice and slowly. Inhale, stabilize yourself. Hold it steady. Exhaling, move to the right. Inhaling, center. Exhaling over to the left. Inhaling, center. From here, as you exhale, bend your knees a little. Rotate to the right. I think we forgot this one on the last round, sorry. Inhaling, straighten your legs back to the center. Exhaling, bend your knees over to the left. Inhaling back to the center, straighten your legs. We may as well do another round since we forgot it on the last round. So once more over to the right. Inhale, center. Keeping the hips stable, rotate just the upper body. Feeling that the legs are working here. This time we'll exhale, we'll release the arms out, push into those hands. Inhale, soften to the palms of your hands. As you exhale, bending the knees, rotating the upper body again towards the right. You can look over your right shoulder to the palm of your right hand. Inhaling back to the center. Smooth exhalation, rotating the other way. Allow the chest to open. Inhaling back to the center. Exhaling, releasing the arms. Inhaling, swooping the arms up. Exhaling. Ardha Paschimottanasana, your half a forward bend. Bend your knees as much as you need to get into that lovely flat tabletop position. From here, swoop the arms out to shoulder level in your inhalation. As you exhale, bring the arms back and release them all the way down towards your feet. Place the hands into your shins and lift up into a half forward bend, just opening up into the chest. Exhaling, releasing all the way down again, bending those knees, dropping the buttocks. Inhale, swooping up, strong legs, using that squat all the way up. Exhale, take the arms out to the side, palms of the hands up, then palms of the hands down at shoulder level. Interlock the fingers behind your back. Inhale, open up into your chest. Exhale, Uttanasana. And again, remember, we're going to stay down here. We hold, and we're going to breathe 3 smooth, even breaths. That's lovely. Good job. Looking nice. And then from there, we're going to be releasing the arms, bend your knees, take it into a nice deep squat, swoop the arms forwards and out in front of you. Your inhalation lifts you up, and your exhalation releases the arms. Super. And then take a breath or two here in Samasthiti. Again, noticing how your body feels. Allow the knees to be a little soft. Shoulders relaxed, hands and fingers relaxed. Allow a smile to spread across your face. Right, so we've worked with that lovely forward bend sequence, that little vinyasa, and we'll now take it into Parsvottanasana. So for that, let's ground down through our right foot and we'll step the left leg back. Right, and if you want, you can angle that foot out to about a 30-degree angle. If you need to keep that leg straight because of your sacrum or your pelvis, go ahead and do that. If you're feeling a little wobbly, just scoot your right foot out to the right a little. Feel that you can draw your right thigh up into your hip. And that as you activate and you push back and down through your left leg, you can work that left hip forward. So it feels as if the right hip's going back and the left hip's going forward, so that we're bringing them as even as is comfortable for the sacrum. Both feet are active and grounded, so we're still working with those 3 points. 3 smooth rounds dynamically, and then we'll start working with that split up breath and split up movement again. The inhalation will bring the arms up. As you exhale, extending forwards and down over that leg. If you need to bend your knee as you come forwards and down, please go ahead and do so. And then your inhalation will be coming all the way back up. And exhaling, releasing the arms out to the sides. And inhaling smoothly. As you exhale, extending forwards and down. If you need to bend that knee, if you'd like to reach the floor, go ahead and do so. And inhale, bring yourself back up. The exhalation releases the arms. Last one here. So we all know the posture, we all know the movement. We've done it regularly or we've done it frequently. It should feel fairly familiar, fairly comfortable. Now we'll add a little bit of a breath variation. So the inhalation is smooth. We're going to go a third of the way and exhale a third of the breath. Hold, pause. Exhale the second third of your breath. Pause. Exhale the last third of your breath to your final position. Pause. And then inhale, coming all the way up. Smooth, long exhalation to release the arms. We'll do that twice. Inhaling, coming up. Judging where a third of your movement is to take you a third of the breath there. Then 2/3 of your breath to 2/3 of the movement, pausing. The final third of your breath to the final third of your movement, pausing. And inhaling, coming all the way up. Exhaling, releasing. Last one like this. Again, you go a third of the way to the first third of your breath. Pause. Go 2/3 of the way, 2/3 of your breath. Pause. Final third. And inhaling. Exhale, release. And this is where the tricky part begins. The inhalation is smooth. The movement is continuous. It is a really super slow movement, and you're working with the split up breath. The movement keeps going. After your second pause, you continue going. Inhaling, coming all the way up. Exhaling, releasing. Twice more like that in your own time. Sometimes it helps to count the breath a little. So what you may want to do is exhale to 1, 2. Pause to 3, 4. Exhale to 5, 6. Pause to 7, 8. Exhale to 9, 10. Should end your movement. Pause to 11, 12. And then inhaling all the way up. Exhale, release the arms. And really step your back leg forward. And either just standing still for a moment, noticing and observing how you feel. If you need to shake anything out, go ahead and shake it out. We're just comparing how the right side of your body feels to the left. The chest feels. Lovely. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So from where you are, you're going to take a step back with your right leg. Feel like the hips are nice and squeezed. Again, drawing the left thigh bone in. Feel that you can press back into your right foot, activated, and from here, gently just drawing that right hip forwards a little. When you feel nice and stable, when you feel secure, drawing maybe the lower navel towards the spine so that you're supporting your lower back. Inhaling, allow those arms to float forwards and up. And as you exhale, extending forwards and down. If you need to bend that knee, you can. Inhaling as you come back up. Exhaling, releasing. So 3 regular movements, regular breaths, allowing the body to kind of get used to the movement on the side. We know what's happening. If we need to make any adjustments to the posture, if we need to make our stance smaller or wider, we can do that here. Lovely. Nice, strong, active legs. And once you've done your 3 regular rounds, then take it into split up movement and split up breath. So we inhale. We exhaling, 1, 2. We're holding the posture, we're holding the breath, 3, 4. We're exhaling to 5, 6. 2/3 of the way, we're holding for 7 and 8. We're exhaling all the way down, 9, 10. Holding the breath, 11, 12, and then the inhalation. So sometimes it helps just to count the breath a little. If it works for you, continue doing that twice more. If you have another method that works better, stick with that. Lovely. One last round like that. I think. I hope. So focus and concentrating on the breath that I've forgotten how many rounds we've done. All right, from here, split up breath, but a continuous movement. So inhaling, the arms lift up. Re-exhaling to 1, 2. The movement continues. It's so hard to keep moving through a breath retention, but we are going to try our best to do that. It is a natural state of the body to want to pause when you hold the breath. So we are going to see if we're able to just move through those pauses and keep going, keeping it a smooth, continuous movement. Challenging ourselves. Good. Complete awareness with what is happening. And when we do that, we just notice how focused we become on the movement, on the posture, how it takes us maybe to another level, a slightly deeper level. And after your last round, when you have completed, and again, obviously no rush to complete, you're then going to step your right leg forward. And if you need to release, you can release the legs a little. If you need to walk them out or shake them out. Otherwise, you can just stand still for a moment and again observe. Eventually come to Samastiti, where there's a softness in the knees, a spreading in the chest, and a softening in the shoulders. Feel the breath flowing in and very slowly out. Just bring if there's a little more warmth that is formed in the feet and the legs. That's having worked both with Muladhara and Tadasana chakra. Activating and drawing the energy up from the earth. Lovely. And then from there, we'll take ourselves this time into Parsvakonasana. So we'll go a little bit further into a side angle. We've been opening up the side body in our forward bends and the side movement. And so we'll take that as our main posture tonight. So if you're facing the full length of your mat, you can open your legs into a comfortable distance for you. That works for you, depending on, I suppose, the length of your legs. And then you can turn your right foot out to the right, and you may just want to angle your left heel back a little. Feel that the pelvis is nice and stable. Feel that you're rooting and grounding down into the earth. So using the energy from the previous posture that we did, working the first two chakras, to really draw that energy all the way up towards Swadhisthana. On an exhalation, allow yourself to bend that knee. So we're going to pivot and we're going to draw the energy up to just above the navel. And you have got a choice here. If you want to just slide your right hand onto the outside of your right foot, or if you've got a block nearby and you want to pop your hand on the block, you can do that. If you want a slightly easier version, I'm going to slip my hand onto my thigh. So whatever works for you, feel that you're able to open up into your chest. Feel that the attention is moving towards the navel. Just allow us to engage, and then when you really inhale, swoop that left arm up, reach it into your fingers. Feel that you get a lovely lift. Feel the chest is opening, and then when you really draw that arm all the way over your head, reaching into your fingers and holding it here. Strong, active, energized legs. Pressing down into them, opening up the chest. Adjusting your arm position to suit you. You might find that you want to go a little deeper into your posture, a little bit further, and allow the body to do that. If you find that you've gone too deep and you need to lift out of it, if you need to be a bit more gentle, adjust. Side body is opening, lengthening. Find a comfortable position for your head and your neck. Maybe looking down, it may be straight ahead, it may be looking up towards that elbow. So with the split up breath and the exhalation that we've been doing, can you feel how your breath has become a little longer, both on the inhalations and the exhalations? And then when you're ready, when you feel comfortable and you feel that you've held it for long enough, press down firmly through both feet. Use them as a spring, like a bouncy ball. Push into the feet. Use your inhalation to lift you back up and allow your exhalation to release the arms. Yeah. Lovely. Great. That's a split there. That's from the dog having bitten my mat to shreds. All right. We will go straight to the other side if that works for you. If you need a little break, fold forwards or bring the legs together, not a problem. When you are ready, you're going to angle your left foot out to the left. You can angle your right heel back a little. Feel that you haven't kinked your hip out or in, so feel that there's stability. Draw the energy up your legs. All the way to Muladhara chakra, Svadhisthana chakra. Feel that there's a nice, firm, stable base. You've got a strong triangle forming. When you're ready, you can draw your arms up on the inhalation. You can just keep them in your hips. On the exhalation, bend that left knee. So you can sink into it. And you might want to go a little bit further on the side or not. And then it's your choice. As you lean over, you slide your left hand behind your leg. You can use a block if you want. Or you can just rest your arm on your side. When the time is right, bring the right arm up. Feel that you can lift and open, create space in the chest. Create a little bit more length. And then when you're ready, you reach that arm over your head. Find a comfortable position for your head and your neck. And stay here for 6 slow rounds of breathing. Or 5 the many rounds you did on the other side. Pushing down through the legs. Light engagement of the navel, making sure that the lower back is supported. Slow, smooth, steady breath. Creating space in the neck between the shoulders and your ears. You might find that one side feels a little stronger, is a little happier than the other. Just noticing if you're collapsing a bit more of your weight into that front leg, and if you can maybe press and activate that back leg a little bit more. And when you activate your right leg, notice what happens. Does it feel like you're able to hold yourself a bit more stable? Feeling the fire burning or warming up Manipura chakra. Press down into your feet. When you're ready, inhale, spring yourself up. Exhale, release the arms. You can walk your feet in and out towards each other. And then if you're happy to just stay standing, feel free to do that. If you feel you need to fold forward into a soft, floppy forward bend, do that. Whatever counter posture is calling, please go ahead and do that. Allowing the breath to return to its natural state. And hopefully this evening with our little breathing practices that we've been doing, that breath is automatically starting to get a little longer, a little slower. If you're in your Uttanasana or your floppy forward bend, you may stay there. You're just going to adjust the breathing practice a little. If you're standing, you're going to inhale from your feet all the way back up your body to the crown of your head. And as you exhale, you're breathing down through the front of your If in your floppy forward bend, you're inhaling up the back of your legs towards your sacrum and exhaling down your spine to your arms and to your hands. We're going back to that lovely little circuit breath through the body, drawing the energy from the earth up on the inhalation and then exhaling back down to the earth. Do that twice more. Awareness with the breath and the energy traveling up and down. If you're on a floppy forward bend, you may just want to stay there, soften the knees and release the knees down towards the mat. And if you're standing, we're going to come into a seated position. So for our last posture this evening, we'll take it into a twist. And you can do any seated, we'll do a seated twist, we need to take it for Pranayama. So any seated twist that you feel like doing this evening, be it Ardha Paschimottanasana, be it seated in Sukhasana or Vajrasana or Virasana, whatever you would like. If you'd like a deep twist, gentle twist, I'll do a variation of Ardha Paschimottanasana. So we will twist towards the right. If you're doing Ardha Paschimottanasana, you may want to bring that right foot up and keep your left leg straight, or if you want to tuck it in, you can tuck it in. You need to slip your left arm around that right leg, breathing that right arm up. And as you exhale, take yourself into whichever twist you are choosing to do. That's it. So when you're in your twist, this is the last time in the posture we're going to work with our breath. So the inhalations are going to be smooth, and then we're going to exhale a third of the breath. We're going to pause for a moment. We're going to exhale the second third of our breath. We're going to pause, and then exhale the third part of the breath, and then pause. The inhalation is smooth, and we do that split up breath twice more. And you might find that each time you exhale, you might want to go a little bit deeper into your twist. So you can invite that body to go a little bit further. Each inhalation, the spine lengthens. And possibly with each exhalation, you want to rotate maybe half a millimeter, a little bit deeper into. And it might just be a sensation of relaxing into the shoulders to allow the shoulders to soften into it. And it may just be a sensation of releasing through the back into the kidneys. Once you've done your 3 rounds, you can then come back to the center, using your inhalation to return. Release into any neutral position for a moment. Again, observe. And then we do exactly the same thing on the other side. So whichever twist you did to the right, do exactly the same to the left. Use your inhalation to prepare and use your exhalation to take you into your twist. Take a smooth breath, 1 or 2 breaths here to settle into your posture. And then do 3 rounds of your split up breath. And now as you work with that split up breath, just invite your body to go maybe a little bit deeper, to release a little bit further. See what area you can soften as you exhale. Instead of holding and pushing and straining, where can you release a little bit more? Super. And again, after those 3 rounds, use an inhalation to bring you back to the center. Exhale, release out of your posture. And any counter posture that works for you. So if you feel you just need to send yourself into a soft, fluffy forward bend, if you need to slip your arms around your knees and hang yourself down, if you were in Vajrasana or Virasana, you may want to just fold forwards into your child's pose. Any counter pose, any forward bend counter pose that works for you. You might want to go into full Paschimottanasana. Again, you know what works best for your body. And you are ready, inhaling, coming back up. And then taking your legs into a comfortable seated position. Sitting nice and tall. You may want to close your eyes if you need to slip a pillow underneath your buttocks. So please go ahead and do that. And move into your Ujjayi breath. Feel the breath can flow in and slowly out. And just double check your posture there. The sitting bones are releasing down. It feels as if you're leaning into a support behind you. You're not having to hold yourself upright. It feels as if there's soft support behind you that you're able to relax into. You're able to relax into your shoulders. You're able to relax into your face. Your J breath is smooth and long. And just to keep with the theme of what we've been working with, the split up breath on the exhalation, that's where we're going. This time, if you feel you need to add in an extra step or 2, if you feel that your exhalation is really starting to lengthen and you'd like to add another step or 2, please go ahead and do so. So when you're ready, the inhalation is smooth. The exhale, say to 1, 2, pause, 3, 4, exhale, 5, 6, pause, 7, 8, exhale, 9, 10, pause, 11, 12. If you want to do a few more steps, go ahead. Inhale smoothly. And then you do the same thing again. And continue in your own time. Making the steps larger if you want, smaller, adding more or taking away. And as you work with that split, that pause, that retention, making sure that you're doing the retention from the diaphragm and not in the throat. So just drawing that awareness back down into the chest. Keep going. And doing just 2 more rounds. Once you have completed, allow a natural breath to return. Smooth breath in, smooth breath out. And observing any sensations as a brought about sense of calmness, stillness, as a brought about agitation, energy. Remember, whatever you're feeling is what is true for you right now. There is no incorrect way. Just taking the time to acknowledge it. And then when you are ready, if you haven't yet put on socks and jerseys and goodies like that, please go ahead and do so. And then come and lie on your mat or your Yoga Nidra. You can come and lie in any comfortable position. If you need to put your lights off or do anything like that, please go ahead. I'm just going to come a little closer into you guys. Here we go. So jerseys, beanies, hot water bottles, anything that you need, go ahead and grab that, then come and lie on your back. Slip a pillow underneath your head if you've got one handy, a bolster under your knees, an eye bag over your eyes. Make yourself as comfortable as you possibly can be right now. That's it. So when you're there and you're comfortable, just allow your head to loll a little from side to side, noticing how it feels, releasing any tension from the neck. And then let the head come to the center. Make tight fists of your hands. Reach your hands down towards your feet. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, relax your arms, relax your hands, and relax your fingers. Then flex your feet, tighten your thighs, tighten your buttocks, squeeze, 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 squeeze as much as you feel necessary. And then as you exhale, relax and release. Soften your legs, soften your feet, letting go. Inhale deeply and allow your belly to rise. And as you exhale, sighing the breath out, allowing it to move out smoothly. Inhale deeply. Sigh it out. Last time, inhale deeply, fully. Hold the breath for a moment. Allow a little bit of pressure to build. And then as you exhale, relax, release, letting go everything. Allow the breath to release, your body to release, the last little bit of tension to drift off and disappear. And then from here, allow your whole body to relax down into the ground. Your whole physical body feeling heavy and releasing into the earth beneath you. Allow your attention to move to your heels. And as you inhale, imagine breathing up your leg, right and the left leg to your hip joint. And as you exhale, imagine breathing down your leg. Inhaling up from your heels to your hips. Exhaling from your hips down to your toes. And as you breathe up and down your legs, again creating a little circuit between each leg. Noticing how the legs start to feel heavier and heavier. allowing them to release down into the earth. Strong, stable, grounded legs releasing into the earth beneath you. Then on your next inhalation, start to draw your awareness up the back of both legs, up to your sacrum, towards Parsvottanasana chakra, and then down through the lower uterine area, down through the front of your legs to your feet. And notice how there's a bit of a change of softness and movement as you start to take your awareness to the sacral area, that water element coming into play. Inhaling up the back of the legs towards your Svadhisthana chakra, exhaling down the front of the legs. Smooth, soft, easy breath. Smooth, soft, easy movement. Allowing the fluidity, the coolness and the softness of the water to ease and release any tension and tightness in that area. And then as that area softens and releases, you notice that your attention starts to move up a little. So as you inhale up the back of your legs, it starts to move up towards Manipura chakra, your solar plexus. And as you exhale, moving down through the front of the body, down to the soles of your feet. And as the attention moves to Manipura chakra, you notice a little bit more heat and light and warmth building. Noticing how that fire element is awakening. And as that happens and the warmth forms, you then feel that circuit moving up the spine a little bit more towards Anahata chakra. And as you exhale down the front of your chest, down through the chakras, down through the legs to the soles of your feet. Inhaling up the heels, the back of the legs towards your heart. Exhaling down through the front of the body, down through the legs to the toes. Inhaling up the back of the body, soft, light air. Exhaling down through the front of the body. Feeling the chest becoming lighter and lighter, freer and freer. And with that progression, you notice that circuit breath becoming a little bigger, and it starts to move up through towards your neck, to your Vishuddha chakra, and down through the collarbones, front of the body, front of the leg. Feeling the ether, the space, the realm of possibility. Inhaling through the back body, exhaling down through the front of the body. That circuit becoming lighter, more expansive as it starts to travel up through the back of your head. Your third eye center down across your nose, over your lips, down through the front of your body. Inhaling up the back, exhaling down through the front. Stillness. Into a receptiveness. And then eventually at some point, and whenever that space and time arises, you notice that circuit becoming even bigger, even larger, and it's as if it goes past the crown of your head, over the crown of your head, and then down through the front of your body. Full circuit from your heels through the back of your body to the crown of your head, over the front and down the front of your body to your toes. Moving into the space that is, becoming one with all. Inhaling through the back, exhaling down in the front. Enjoy a few more full circuit breaths in your own time. And then allow that circuit to gently drift off, melts away, it releases. And then with that stillness, that awareness, where we realize that we are all one, we are all interconnected. We all just sense and movement of energy and space. So with that, becoming aware of the space you're in, the energy that is around you, the sounds nearby and the sounds further off, the ground beneath you and that covers over you. And then in your own time, you need to slowly start breathing a little more deeper, noticing the rise and the fall of your chest. You can then allow the thumbs to move along the fingertips, waking up your hands, and even wiggle your toes, waking up your feet. When you're ready, you can stretch out your arms. Stretching them behind you, stretching diagonally, right arm and left leg, left arm and right leg. Arms one way, legs the other. Take a nice deep breath in, and then let it go. You can hug your knees to your chest, you can give them a good squeeze. You can rock a little from side to side, whatever you want. Eventually you just roll onto your right side. And you are more than welcome to just stay there this evening if you would like, if you feel that you just need to take a bit more time to readjust. If you feel ready and you'd like to sit up for the arms, you can do so. So the choice is completely yours. You're welcome to just rest there for a little longer and allow the arm vibration to float through you, or you can come into a seated position. So wherever you choose to be, you can take a smooth breath in. Om Shanti. May you go in peace. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening, everyone, and a lovely week ahead. It was so nice that you were all here and were able to join in.